Hello viewers, I'm Eemaan Khalil and today I'm going to talk about supply side policies. So what are supply side policies? Supply side policies are policies designed to increase aggregate supply. And what is aggregate supply? Aggregate supply is the total amount of goods and services suppliers are willing and able to supply in an economy over a period of time. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about what could be, first of all, a supply side policy. So number one, improving education and training. Improving education and training is designed to increase the skills of workers, and if that is successful, then workers will be more productive, and this high labor productivity will increase the quality of the products produced and lower the cost of production, and this will make firms expand more, sell more, and it will make everything successful. And higher labor productivity will also make the workers more geographically and occupationally mobile. In this way, they will be able to adjust quickly, easily, and smoothly to changes in aggregate supply and aggregate demand, and that's a good thing. But is there any, can improving education and training, this supply side policy, could it be a little unsuccessful? Well, this is the reason why we talk about, in economics, we say we need to allocate resources productively, efficiently, allocatively efficient, productively efficient, and dynamically efficient. It's very, very important, because if we teach children flower arranging or how to be taxi drivers, now we are devoting resources, but that will pay no purpose at all, or very little purpose, because flower arranging doesn't give that much result, and taxi drivers is nothing nowadays, because nowadays there are driverless cars. So we need to make sure we devote resources very efficiently, like teaching children mathematics, economics, business, science, IT. That's a good thing. Increase skills. Skill development is very important. On the other hand, number two, lowering direct taxes and increasing incentives. Direct taxes could be corporate taxes, or income taxes, or wealth tax like inheritance tax or capital gains tax. So if you lower them, it can increase the advantage, it can increase the return to effort, enterprise, and saving. So this can make firms, like if you reduce the corporation tax rate, it can make firms expand more, entrepreneurs will be more optimistic, and this will eventually increase incentives. But one thing though, when a government reduces direct taxes, it's also good to reduce unemployment benefits, so it will make the people who are unemployed more active in searching for work. And number three, deregulation. What is deregulation? Deregulation is the removal, like you could say elimination or even reduction of rules and regulations enforced by laws. Now, the only intentions behind deregulation is that the costs of firms to comply with those rules and regulations reduces, and on the other hand, the barriers of entry to market also reduces, and it can also make a government more flexible kind of something, because it reduces a cost to governments as well to regulate those firms who are kind of making a loss right now. So deregulation, well, some people might think it's quite dangerous, because that means removal of some rules and regulations enforced by laws. Well, that's not guaranteed, that's not confirmed. Deregulation does not actually guarantee that a monopoly might develop. It doesn't guarantee that some rules or regulations might be removed that ask that surgeons should possess some qualifications and skills that are very necessary to be surgeons. Well, deregulation is all safe. It's just that the government should always regulate. It's the businesses that should be done by the individuals. This makes an economy more productive, more efficient. On the other hand, number four, that is privatization. Now, privatization, I know it's quite closely linked with deregulation, but privatization is a totally different thing. Privatization is just the sale of public sector assets to the private sector. It just means that you make an economy, a market economy, a free enterprise economy, and you just, increase the competition, and that lowers the cost of production and the prices for consumers, increase the choices for consumers, and the price mechanism allocates resources very, very smoothly, very, very automatically. So that's the best thing about privatization. Well, privatization comes with some costs also. It can really develop a monopoly, and private sector firms are not really that much inclined towards social costs, social benefits. They don't look at CSR, corporate social responsibility, but there is a likelihood that they might look at corporate social responsibility, because nowadays the world is grappling with one problem: climate change, pollution. It just wants to grapple with it so much. So nowadays many private sector firms are going ahead to renewable energy, more sustainable raw materials, And then number five, labor market reforms. Labor market reforms are reforms designed to increase the quality, quantity, and the flexibility of labor markets. The labor market just wants the workers with skills, knowledge, qualifications, and if you possess those skills demanded by the labor market, they will pay you high wages. So one thing to know about labor markets. And number 6, subsidies. Subsidies is just a payment by the government to encourage the consumption or production of a particular product. Sometimes they're given for consumers also, but in all probability, it's more for suppliers, for producers to supply more, to produce more. And just the thing is that subsidies are a good way to increase the production of a particular product, because subsidies act as a financial incentive for suppliers. So like they are paid by the consumers, and then they're also paid by the government. So it makes them more willing, being more able to supply more. But there is of course a cost. Everything, every cloud has a silver lining, so something like that you could say. So yeah, subsidies what they could do is that they could make industries very dependent on them. If the government at a particular time like reduces the subsidy or stops providing them subsidies, they might go against it. They might say our cost of production are increasing, so when you like something like that, so yeah. These are supply side policies. And remember, supply side policies are only designed to increase aggregate supply, never reduce it. Thank you so much.